Yes, yes, I know. I know. That shirt is hot. Yes, I know. I know. This came from Shein. Yes. Yes, I know. I know. You want one for yourself. I know. I know. Just go check it out. It's there. You'll find it. Can't have this one though. This is mine. Thank you very much. Anyways, today, as I scroll through YouTube, if the title sounds like it'll be an interesting video, that's what I'm gonna do for you guys. The title is A Blind Person Describes What the World Looks Like. And this was just posted 3 weeks ago from Pursuit of Wonder. This is an 11-minute long video. So, I know I like to talk a lot and I don't normally drag out my videos. So, you know what I'm saying? We just about to get into it so I don't take up that much time. All right? All right. I did it again.
It's 5 in the morning on a Tuesday. A young man, age 17, walks out to the middle of Lionsgate Bridge and stops along the walking path. He approaches the railing of the bridge's edge and looks down at the water 364 feet beneath him. Then he looks up at the sky. He pauses for a moment, breathing shallow breaths and shaking noticeably. He climbs over the top of the railing and sits on it. His legs dangle over the side like a small, helpless child in a chair hundreds of feet too big for him.
I wouldn't do that.
He murmurs to himself aggressively.
I'm afraid of heights.
Hello? A voice suddenly says with a questioning tone behind him. Having not initially noticed anyone, the younger man jumps with a startled jolt just before catching himself. He turns around to see an old man in about his 70s, leaned up, sitting against a Jersey barrier on the walking path just a few feet away, slightly blocked by a bridge beam. He is alone, has large sunglasses on, and a cane resting beside him. Sorry, I didn't know anyone was here, the young man says. No problem at all, the old man says with a chuckle, keeping his head straight forward and not looking directly at the young man. Beautiful day, isn't it? He continues. The young man looks back around at the water and sky again. Yeah.
I'm guessing the
He
old man
replies
is
with
blind.
a downward, deflating pitch. Well, that actually doesn't sound that nice, the old man responds. It feels like it is, but I can't see a thing. Putting two and two together, the young man asks with a hesitancy, Oh, are you, visually impaired? Yeah, I'm blind, the old man says, laughing at the young man's attempt to be unnecessarily unoffensive. Ever since I was born. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't be, the old man says with another subtle laugh. Is it a nice day? I mean, the sun is coming out, a little overcast, but mostly a nice day, I guess, yeah. The old man smiles and nods without saying anything for a moment. I'm Lou, by the way, the old man says. Nice to meet you, Lou. Tyler. Tyler turns back around and stares intensely at the water again. After a couple moments pass, Lou interrupts. If it is a nice day, do you think you could do me a favor? Sure, Tyler responds reluctantly and unsurely, turning around to face Lou again. Could you describe it for me? Describe what? Just whatever you see. The sky, anything. Tyler pauses for a moment, then gets off the bridge's railing and sits next to Lou. He leans back and looks up. Well, the sky is mostly light blue right now. There's a bunch of clouds scattered across it, which are lightish gray with a sort of orange edge to them. They're fluffy looking, like cotton balls, or maybe the inside of a cushion. The sun is behind one big one right now, so it's sort of glowing through and adding these rays and an orange layer to the bottom of the sky. It all blends together, no hard lines, just seamless colors and textures mixed perfectly.
I could not
Looks
describe
kind of
a
nice
thing.
right now, actually. Lou clenches his face slightly, like he is seeing it in his head. What does the blue and gray and orange look like, though? And the glow and fluffiness and niceness? Would you mind describing those for me, too? Tyler pauses for another moment. Okay, the orange looks warm, like heat, Tyler says, and then pauses, trying to think about where to go from there. What does it mean for you when something looks warm? I never really understand that. Lou quickly interrupts. It's kind of like pure and bright and intense, at least for the orange. You could probably feel it without even actually feeling anything warm. And the blue? The blue is light, like it's been washed or faded or something. It's also hitting the water under the bridge right now and reflecting a similar color. What does the water look like? Lou asks. Right now, this water kind of looks like maybe like jagged melting glass that, I don't know, it's almost pulsing. It looks alive. It's kind of ominous. Over there are a bunch of rocks scattered around on the edge of the shoreline. They kind of look like headstones. Are there any rocks around us right now? Lou asks. Tyler looks around the ground. There's some small, like pebble-sized ones, yeah. What do they look like close up? All the details. Tyler grabs a small handful of rocks from the ground surrounding them and brings them right up to his face. They just sort of look like rocks, I suppose. No, but what makes them look like rocks? I guess they're round, but also not. They look earthy, if that makes sense. There are a bunch of little tiny lines and divots running up and down each of them. They have slightly different patterns, but none of them are symmetrical, so the shapes and patterns don't really match or look like an actual shape. This one's kinda cool. Tyler picks out and holds up a single rock. Why is it cool? Lou asks. I don't know. I like the shape. It's also kinda transparent, like you can almost see through it. How would you describe seeing through something? I never really understood that either. Tyler, trying his best to elaborate, continues using other details and items and sensations to compare to. This continues further and further into other, even more minute and obscure depths of the visual dimension of reality. Eventually, with each item in detail, Tyler reaches a point where he struggles to find the words or comparisons to explain any further. And each time, he finds himself experiencing a strange sensation, noticing how absurd and fascinating everything is, how complex and hard it is to describe anything fully, to see and understand anything fully. He repeatedly gets lost in this and almost loses track of himself. Lou, picking up on this each time, moves on to something else, keeping the back and forth conversation active and alive. The two spend an hour and 22 minutes doing this together. While Tyler is still describing items and visual insights, not even aware of how much time has passed, somewhat suddenly, Lou says, "Well, I ought to let you get back to your walk now. That was very kind of you. Thank you for doing that." Tyler somewhat suddenly snaps back, dazed and detached from his regular state. Yeah, no problem. I hope that helped a little bit." Tyler pauses for a moment before getting up, still sort of adjusting back. "So you could kind of form pictures of all that in your head?" he asks. Lou pauses for a moment, staring forward. "No, not really." "No? What do you mean?" "Well, I've never seen anything before. Only a little bit of light perception. So my mind has no visual reference points. I really have no idea what anything could possibly look like. It's all just nothing." "What do you mean by nothing? I don't even really understand that." "Well, exactly. If I explain nothing to you, it would sort of be like you describing something to me. It just doesn't work." "Why did you just have me do all that then?" Tyler asks with an abrupt confusion and a small frustrated laugh. "I find that people often say it's important to look inward. You know, like in order to find strength or meaning in life or whatever else people say. But I can only look inward, and I've found that it doesn't get you very far. The most enriching moments, the most enriching experiences, what keeps life worth living, I think, are when you're looking outward, at least metaphorically. For most of us, almost all the time, we are looking inward, at ourselves, thinking about how things matter to us, or because of us, or with us at the focal point, concentrated on how we look and how we act and how important we are, or aren't. But if you really look inward, there's nothing there. Trust me, it's all I see. We are out here." Lou points out and down with both hands, waving them in small circles. "In every little detail of every little thing, in every little moment, in immersing into all the unfathomable features of the simple and mundane, and in realizing, viscerally, what it means that you can perceive at all. That is where, I think, life is." You did in fact just help me right now, Tyler, just to be clear. I'm not some sort of selfless sage. Anytime I feel like I can help someone who can see, perhaps see better, selfishly, that's my way of seeing the world. I believe if there's any kind of spiritual experience, or whatever you want to call it, it's not when you look in to find yourself, but when you look out to lose yourself. Tyler tries to process the strange twist while the two exchange a few more friendly words back and forth. After just a couple more minutes, the two say a sincere goodbye and express a mutual appreciation. Then, Tyler gets up, goes his separate way, and at least for this day, returns home. Lou will return to the same spot at around the same time, tomorrow, and many more days to come.
That was an interesting video.
Well, how you just see me, the way I was when I was watching this video, that's how I always am when I'm watching videos. But, you know what I'm saying, when I'm making content for y'all, I try to make commentary during it. But, like, I just got lost in that video. So, when the blind man Lou, when Lou was saying that normally when people try to think of things, they try to put themselves at the focal point. Like, and I believe that because I don't want to say like I'm thinking too highly of myself, but I don't normally, like, maybe not say I don't, because it'd be sometimes when I'm thinking about something, I put myself in the middle of it, but usually I'm always thinking, like he said, I'm always thinking of the outside, I guess. He didn't really say this, but this is what I think he was trying to say. Like, damn, how am I trying to say this? Because it's like, fuck, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to say? If you're thinking of something, or, damn, like, yo, wow. See, this is one of my problems. I can have something in my head, but then the moment I'm trying to verbalize it, never works out for me. Like, I know what I want to say, but I just don't know how to say it, if that makes sense. It's like, man, forget about it. Don't really forget about it. I'm probably gonna come back to it, but Lou, that's crazy though. Like, I wonder if this guy, because it sounds like a guy, I'm just gonna say he's a guy because of the voice that we heard, Pursuit of Wonder. I wonder if he got the opinions of multiple blind people, or if it was just the individual blind person, Lou. Cause that'd be crazy. Like he said, all he sees is nothing. You know, so just mostly black with a little bit of light. Like, if you close your eyes and look towards the only lights, like whatever light source you have in your area, just close your eyes and look towards it. You know what I'm saying? You will see, I feel like you will see what he was describing in the video. But yeah, it's hard to describe nothing. No, describing nothing, he said describing nothing is the same as describing something. It just doesn't work out. Like I was trying to say, I don't know if you guys heard me because the video was probably pretty loud, but like I said, if you was to ask me to describe something to you, I really wouldn't be able to do it because, like, I like to focus on every single detail. And like I just said, if I have something, I know what I want to say in my head, but then for me to verbalize it never comes out the way I think, or it never comes out the way it's supposed to. So then sometimes I don't make sense to people. So it's like, if you was to ask me to describe something for you, I would try, but then I would give up very easily because it's kind of hard to really describe something unless it's really blank, like a white sheet of paper, like a blank piece of white paper. That, I can describe that to you. But like Lou asked him to describe the rocks, I wouldn't really know how to do that. He told him to describe the sky. Wouldn't really know how to do that now unless the sky was all just blue, from blue here all the way down there. You know what I'm saying? Like the beginning of the day type blue, I can do that. A little bit of clouds, I can do that. But then once you get to them little details that I always want to describe, that I always want to put out there, I can't do it because my mind has it, but I can't verbalize it. I don't know why. And see, like as I'm talking to you guys now, I didn't really lose my train of thought, but I don't know if I stayed on topic, and I feel like what I just said don't really make sense. That's how I am in my everyday life. Yo, the crazy thing is right now, this is off topic. But do y'all see this? That's really how big my lips are. Looks like I got Barbie lips. Like you can see the imprint through this drawing. That's crazy. Yo. I mean, you can't see it too much from over here, but from back here, you can really see my entire bottom lip. Damn. I know it was that big. But hey, that was a very nice video. And he has a whole bunch of videos on there. Hey, I love these type of videos, so expect more. Expect more. But yeah, that's it for this video. You should leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe if you haven't. You know what I'm saying? Share me to your family and friends. All that good stuff. Hit the notification bell for sure, because you're not going to want to miss when I drop.
A juice.
That's the dude she was talking about. Anyways, I'll see y'all later.